There's a subway system under Moscow that the government still won't admit exists. There's an island in the Indian Ocean where, if you try to land, you might not come back. And somewhere in the Pacific, a tiny island was handed to a family, and they've been locking the rest of the world out ever since. These are 10 restricted places, and some of them make Area 51 look like a public park. Number 10. Fort Knox. You've heard the phrase, safe as Fort Knox, but most people don't actually know what that means. Fort Knox sits in Kentucky. It holds roughly 4,500 metric tons of gold bullion, which is about 3% of all the gold ever mined in human history, sitting in one building. The vault door alone weighs more than 20 tons and is 20 inches thick. The walls are made of concrete, reinforced with steel lining. Here's the wild part. The land around it is covered in active landmines. There are armed guards, attack helicopters on standby, and the whole facility is surrounded by fences within fences. No member of the public has ever been allowed inside. Not even the president can just walk in without the right people with him. In 1974, for the first and only time, a small group of journalists and congressmen were allowed a 5-minute look inside. That's it. One time, 5 minutes. Never again. Number 9. North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island sits in the Bay of Bengal near India. From above, it looks like any other small tropical island. Green, peaceful, beautiful. But the people who live there have been completely cut off from the outside world by choice for at least 60,000 years. They reject all contact. Every boat that gets close gets arrows and spears. Every helicopter that flies low enough gets rocks thrown at it. In 2018, an American missionary named John Allen Chow decided he was going to make contact with them. He paid fishermen to drop him nearby and swam to shore. The fishermen watched from the boat. The next day, they saw his body on the beach. The Indian government officially protects the island now. No one is allowed within 3 miles. Not researchers, not tourists, not the military. Whatever those people are protecting on that island, they have earned that right. Number 8. Bohemian Grove. Every summer, deep in a forest in Northern California, somewhere around 2,000 of the most powerful men in the world gather for 2 weeks. Presidents, CEOs, military generals, media bosses. They go to a private campground called Bohemian Grove. No women are allowed. No press, no cameras. The place covers nearly 3,000 acres of old-growth redwood trees, and the whole thing is completely private. In the year 2000, a journalist named Alex Jones snuck in with a hidden camera. The footage he got showed a strange ceremony called the Cremation of Care. Men in robes, torches, a massive stone owl, fire. It looked like something out of a movie. The members have always said it's just a harmless retreat. But when the guest list includes former US presidents and the heads of the biggest companies on Earth, and the whole thing is locked away in a forest with armed guards, you can understand why people have questions is less than #0. 8# is greater than. Number 7. Metro 2, Moscow. Moscow has a metro system that millions of people ride every day, but underneath that, much deeper underground, there's allegedly another one the government has never officially confirmed. It's called Metro 2. The codename in Soviet files was D6. According to former officials who came forward after the Soviet Union collapsed, Stalin ordered its construction. The tunnels reportedly run from the Kremlin to key government buildings, to a bunker outside the city, and to a government airport. The idea was simple. If nuclear bombs start falling, the leaders of Russia could disappear underground and keep running the country from down there. Urban explorers in Moscow, people who sneak into underground systems, have taken photos of what look like armored tunnel doors and secret rail lines that don't appear on any public map. The Russian government still won't say yes or no. That silence alone tells you something. Number 6. Room 39, North Korea. Room 39 isn't a room. It's an entire secret organization inside North Korea. And it exists for one reason. to keep the Kim family rich while the rest of the country starves. It operates out of a building in Pyongyang. From there, Room 39 runs fake companies, counterfeits foreign money, manages illegal weapons deals, and runs drug operations across multiple countries. The money goes directly to the Kim family's private accounts, estimated at somewhere between $5 and $10 billion. Nobody outside North Korea has ever set foot inside that building. The people who work there are handpicked and watched around the clock. Defectors who got out have described it as a place where you either do your job perfectly or you disappear. Number 5. Niihau, Hawaii. Hawaii has 8 main islands. You can visit 7 of them. The 8th, Niihau, has been private property since 1864, when a Scottish family called the Robinsons bought it from the Hawaiian kingdom for $10,000. About 130 native Hawaiian people live there now. No paved roads, no internet, no shops. The Robinsons keep it that way on purpose, to preserve the Hawaiian language and way of life that has largely disappeared everywhere else. Nobody gets in without a personal invitation from the Robinson family. Not researchers, not journalists, not tourists. Helicopter tours are allowed to fly around the coastline, but landing is completely off limits. The island is visible on clear days from the nearby island of Kauai, close enough to see, forever too far to reach. Number 4. Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Deep inside a frozen mountain in Norway, far above the Arctic Circle, there is a vault that most people have never heard of, and it might be the most important building on Earth. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault holds over 1.3 million seed samples from almost every crop plant that exists. It was built to survive almost anything: nuclear war, pandemics, climate collapse. The temperature inside stays at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, even if the power goes out, because the mountain itself is permanently frozen. In 2015, Syria's national seed bank was destroyed in the civil war. Scientists used the Svalbard Vault to get the seeds back. That's exactly what it was built for. You can see the entrance, a glowing wedge of steel rising out of the ice. That's where it ends for you. Number 3. Cheyenne Mountain, Colorado. Inside a mountain in Colorado, the US military built an entire base, not on the mountain, inside it. Cheyenne Mountain Complex is buried under 2,000 feet of solid granite. The buildings inside aren't connected to the rock. They sit on giant springs, 1,319 of them, so that if a nuclear bomb went off nearby, the buildings would bounce instead of crumble. The whole complex has its own power, its own water, its own air supply. It was designed to survive a direct nuclear hit. For decades, it was the nerve center of North American air defense. Today, it still operates. What exactly happens there now is classified, but the mountain doesn't care who asks. Number 2. Snake Island, Brazil. About 90 miles off the coast of Sao Paulo, there is a small island called Ilha da Queimada Grande. Locals call it Snake Island. The Brazilian Navy controls it and has banned all visitors. The reason is simple. The island is home to somewhere between 2,000 and 4,000 golden lancehead pit vipers, one of the most venomous snakes alive. The venom melts human flesh. Scientists estimate there is roughly 1 snake for every square meter of the island. The only people allowed on the island are a small group of researchers, once a year, with a doctor on the team at all times. The last lighthouse keeper stationed there was found dead, along with his family. That was the last time anyone lived on Snake Island permanently. Number 1. Vatican Apostolic Archive. Somewhere inside Vatican City, on 53 miles of shelving, are documents that span 1,200 years of world history. Papal letters, war records, trial transcripts. There are letters written by Michelangelo. There are records from Galileo's trial, when the church put him under house arrest for saying the earth moves around the Sunday. There are communications between the Vatican and world leaders going back to the medieval period. This place was called the Vatican's secret archive for centuries. They renamed it the Apostolic Archive, but the access rules didn't change much. To get in, you submit a formal application. You need advanced academic credentials and a letter of recommendation from a recognized institution. If approved, you get to request specific documents, not browse freely. You are supervised the entire time. Some materials are still completely sealed. 800 years of the world's most powerful institution, locked in a room you will almost certainly never enter. These places exist on the same planet you walk around on every day, and not one of them will tell you what's really going on inside. That's the thing about real secrets, they don't advertise. If this one got you, share it with someone who thinks they know everything. I'll catch you in the next one.